That's what's going on. Welcome in. So, right off the bat, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Quick little video, quick little update here on none other than the Aaron Rodgers situation, right? Obviously, this is major, major news. And, throughout the course of the day, we're just getting constant report after report. Some contradict each other. Like, for example, like Mike Greenberg was on the McAfee show. He's saying that he's hearing that the Packers are asking for, I think it was like the sun, stars, and the moon, or something along those lines, which, indicates that, hey, maybe Green Bay's asking for a ton in return. We're hearing Mike Garafolo kind of push back and say, hey, Green Bay's just looking for a fair offer. And Garafolo actually did say in that little video clip on the NFL Network that Aaron Rodgers asked to speak to the Jets. Albert Breer just came out and said that it might not take the 13th overall pick to go land Aaron Rodgers. We got Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport on top of it as well. Both of those guys are kind of saying the same thing, where it's, hey, this whole thing is going to take some time. Aaron Rodgers has never rushed into a decision before. That's not his style. That's not his personality. He wanted to do his due diligence here, sit down with the Jets, see what they had to offer, see what the New York Jets, or how they view him within the organization, where do the New York Jets believe that Aaron Rodgers can take this team moving forward, and go from there. We know that the Jets brass are back in Jersey, and there's been so much talk about a potential trade, like the trade compensation, right? And that's one side of the coin. The other side is also the financial side of it, right? How much are the Jets going to take on, right? There obviously has to be a contract restructure with Aaron Rodgers. We saw a contract restructure earlier on in the day with CJ Uzomah to save a little bit of cap space, which is nice because the Jets don't have to outright release the player, thus weakening the team. But in any case, Rodgers is going to have to rework the deal in one way or another. And you can also make the argument, hey, maybe we want the Green Bay Packers to pay some of it, right? They're on the hook for a $40+ million dead cap hit if they trade him before June 1st. So, we're looking at it from Joe Douglas's perspective, from the Jets' perspective. I think right now it's 1,000% clear that the Jets are content waiting for Aaron Rodgers to see what he wants to do. I think the holdup is more so based in Aaron Rodgers' decision on what he wants to do moving forward, as opposed to a potential roadblock as far as the two organizations go. I mean, this is just my opinion here, but to me, it doesn't make sense for Woody Johnson, the owner, the GM, the head coach, and the offensive coordinator, to fly cross country, day of short notice, to meet with Aaron Rodgers, who's still technically on the Packers, and then the Packers organization, they weren't a part of the meeting. I don't believe anybody was there with them. Are they just going to allow this to happen and assume that a trade is going to be worked out? Like, to me, it just doesn't make any sense. In my mind, the way I'm kind of viewing this is Woody Johnson and the Jets are desperate. They love Aaron Rodgers. Everybody in the world knows it. Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh have a ton of pressure on him. We know Woody, his fascination with wanting to land these big name, splashy types of players. He wants to sell tickets. He wants to pack MetLife Stadium in. He wants it going crazy on Sundays. Also we can take into consideration that the team just allowed Derek Carr to walk, and they essentially told him, hey, Aaron Rodgers is our number one option. Based off of everything that we know right now about this Jets team, are they really going to have this whole entire dilemma fall through because they're debating on whether or not to give a conditional third-round pick or conditional second-round pick, or maybe debating on whether or not to trade the 13th pick? I don't know. It could happen. That could be going on. But I mean, if we just think back to last offseason, right? Not 5 years ago, last offseason, there were reports that Joe Douglas was offering the 10th overall pick to the 49ers for Deebo Samuel. Think about it. That's 3 picks higher than where the Jets are at currently, and the team had so many more needs. And obviously, if we're talking about acquiring Deebo Samuel, one of the game's best young wide receivers, you're going to sign him to an extension. That was the whole, reason why that situation came up in the first place. So, to me, just my opinion here, again, I could be dead wrong, but The way I kind of look at it, sorry, low battery warning. This is Aaron Rodgers' decision. And the Jets know what they want to do. The Jets know who they want here. Green Bay, I don't really know what they're thinking. There's been tons of reports saying that maybe they prefer to move off of Aaron Rodgers and roll with Jordan Love. They feel like he's ready to play. Obviously, 3 years on the bench, watching one of the greatest of all time do it here in Rodgers. I think it's Aaron just mulling this over, right? Thinking about his decision, really putting a lot of thought into it. Do I want to retire? Do I want to go to the Jets? Do I want to stick with the Packers? I feel like still all three options are on the table. So we'll see how this whole thing plays out. But I think the main takeaway here is from Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport, where both of these guys are saying it's not just going to be a quick snap of the finger, right? Snap of the fingers. Oh, I'm going to the Jets, or nah, I'm going to retire. It's going to be a process to where Aaron really wants to look this over and make a thoughtful decision about his future. So anyway, I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And as always, go Jets.